how do you see the Digital Comics Coalition changing the industry landscape for independent creators? For example, will the Digital Comics Coalition function as an alternative to monetizing creator-owned work? Will it act as a springboard for creators to break into mainstream publishers like Marvel and DC? Do you guys see how the Digital Comics Coalition is going to change the landscape for creators?
My feeling is that it's not, the changes won't be super evident from the outside immediately. I mean, this is not, the goal is not necessarily to create new pathways for creators to find established publishing or whatever else, so like with Marvel and DC or sort of like that. And it's not, and I don't know what the alternate is to monetization, except that whatever it is, we're doing it. I'm being jokey, but that is, that I think that is part of the mission of the coalition is, and that's how it affects the industry as a whole, is how do we address things like monetization? How do we address, how do you maximize monetization in an audience with 7 billion people? How do you manage to find a way to monetize your material? How do you find a way to market it? How do you find a way to get your material, delivered to, to eager eyeballs that want that sort of entertainment? I think those are the questions that we're hitting hardest first, which is marketing, monetization, things like that. What answers we come up with may not be the answers that fit everybody, but I think that's the benefit that we hope to extend to the industry as a whole is, hey, here's what we've learned, and here's how we've fed off each other's information and experiences, and here's some things you might want to try in terms of monetization. Here's some new things you might want to try in terms of marketing.
Yeah, I think so. I would say different companies within the DCC or Digital Comics Coalition, I mean, we're all different, and that just means there are different options for comic creators. So for example, for Tapastic, what we're trying to do is help early comic creators kind of break into making comics. So it is one of the probably the easiest, simplest way for anybody to draw a comic, upload, and start their own comic series, just like how easy it is for somebody to open a YouTube account and start a YouTube channel. So, just starting something, growing an audience, that's what we do. And we want to, we see ourselves as trying to democratize the entire comic industry, where indie comic creators can directly show their work to the public and get direct feedback. Of course, Scrollon and Thrillbent and ComicsFix is a different company where I believe they have their own standard for working with different creators.
Those are both great responses. Part of what I'm hearing there is that because there's a diverse group of companies here, you guys are all experimenting with different ways to monetize, and you're sharing that information with each other, which is a great way to start.